Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I will be creating Espoo bus line number 124, which runs from Tapiola, where we are at the moment, to Espoonlahti. As a part of this line has already been created, I will start by creating the line. So, there we go. An ordinary ticket price of €3.5, and let's begin. We start at Tapiola. Actually, let's also stop at Tapiola. So there we go. And then we will continue along this road to Hakarinne, Hakalehto, Jousenkaari, and Niittymaa. So now I will have to build the straight road through here. Oops, sorry about that. No, don't cross the streams, it would be bad. Which movie? Whoops, whoops, whoops. Wasn't that a... There we go. Now that crossing is ready and we can happily move on. So we'll stop at Niittymaa and Niittyportti. And the following stop is then Niittykumpu. Now let's see, I will also have to connect these. That's probably in the metro. I will also need to connect these two roads together to form a straight. There we go. Build it like that, and then from Niittyportti we will move on to Niittykumpu, and then we will stop at Haltila. But after Haltila, well, let's see. After Haltila, we will move a bit differently. Let's see. So we will stop at Aamutie Murronväin, and that will be located around here. And after Aamutie, we will stop at Päiväntaite, Middagshöjden, And after Päiväntaite, we will stop at a stop called Meteorin Silta, which is probably called Meteorbron. And after Meteorin Silta, we will then stop at the Auringonkatu, Suuligatan, and this is a stop I previously misplaced in this area where I've already created the road. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it caused me a whole lot of trouble. Oops. Back then. And then we will turn left and join the existing line and stop at Kuunsilta. So I will now build this stretch of track, and then I will go on by bringing the line up to this point. And then let's see where we'll head to next, or there is actually nothing to see. I already know where we'll be heading next, but you don't, unless you know this line by heart. Yep. So we next stop there at Kuunsilta. And then we take a left turn instead of a right turn, and we stop at Avaruuskatu. Now what's that? Well, okay, there is a 137. What's that? All right, nothing to care about. Avaruuskatu Rymdgatan is located over here. And after Avaruuskatu, we will then stop at the Kuitinniitty. Kviisengin. And after quitting it, the following stop is Tähtisateen puisto. What a beautiful name for a stop. That's one-way stop. Käringsparken. It's a Star Rain Park. It's a one-way stop, but I will create it because the name is so beautiful. That's probably the most beautiful stop name in the capital region. I think so. And after Tähtisateen puisto, we'll then have a stop at Friisilän risti, Friisans korset, sorry about that. After Friisilän risti, we will then stop at the Finnånlaakson tie, probably called Finnodalsvägen. That's correct. What a good guess. Sorry, I again had to reply to my friend about the lunch. I'm getting carried away in today's videos. Well, never mind. Then we stop at Yli Finno, Övre Finno. after Ylifinno, we will then stop at Finnoskola. And that's probably right after the... Whoa. Yeah, Finnoskola, which is right after the crossing over here. Is before or after that? Okay, so it's over here. Well, I will once again skip the roundabout and regret it later. And after Finnoskola, we will then stop at Martin Niite Mortensengen. This is also a one-way stop, but oh, who cares? After Martinniitti, we will then stop at Varputie. Wait a second, I once again got carried away by something. Yes. Yes, that's right. Varputie, and Varputie in Swedish is Risvägen. And the stop is located over here. We're closing. The terminus is here at Espoonlahti metro station, so it's not very far away anymore. After Varputie, we will then stop at Tukkurin silta, Tukkulbron. That's quite something. That's also a one-way stop, but I'm generous today. Nöykkien puro, Nöykkisbäcken, Then after Nökkiön Puro we will stop at Järvisilta. Träskebrunn. After Träskebrunn we will stop at Sillankorva, Brofästet, then after Sillankorva we will stop at Martinsilta, Mortensbro. There is also one-way stop next to it, but I will not go that way today. On the other side of Martinsilta there is a stop called Soukanmyötäle. Sököluutet. Very interesting stop name. And we'll build a bridge above it. Then there we go. And after Soukanmyötäle we'll then stop at Merikansantie. Sjöfolksvägen. There is also another one-way stop in there. Skip it. Oops. after Merikansantie we will then stop at Lippulaiva. That's a shopping center here in Espoonlahti. And that's done. And the final stop will then be in the Espoonlahti bus terminal, which also connects with the metro. And that's pretty shortly it. Another line, almost complete. Apart from the final details. And the final details will be in the bus terminal in there. And I will create it as a double-tracked station with one of the stops being in here and the second of the stops being in here. And this is not a Lippulaiva library station or stop. It will be an Espoonlahti metro station platform. And then I will create the ordinary double road out from the terminal. There we go, and then I will just build the loop inside the bus terminal, and that is it. What do you mean that's forbidden? Come on. And then the loop at the end of the station. There we go. Okay, you can't be that long. There we go. And what's this? Okay, stop. And then, oh, that's it. Yes, I will just, have to put in the signals. There we go. So, all roads created, and then let's go back to line creating. And once again, there's quite a lot of new stops and new track and new stuff here today, which is pretty fresh. The traffic in Espoo is slowly unfolding. And after Espoo, we will of course move to Vantaa, but that's not a question of today. Probably not even a question of this month. Perhaps a question of this year. But this video is reaching its come on, and I'm just about 20 stops away from finalizing it. And then we will move on to different topics and different days. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It's gonna be a nice day. I have absolutely no idea in which part of Finland I'm going to be tomorrow. Because if you remember, I'm creating all these videos a bit in advance. In order to be able to travel this summer, because I have a lot of travels to do. It's a great holiday season, but that's it. Line created and all set to run, and then let's check the timetable. It will run every 20. No, it will run every 15 minutes. So it shall be. Start buying trains to the line, or buses. Sorry. Line 1 to 4. And 15 minutes, you say. So that requires quite many buses actually. Once again, 5 or 6, I think. 6 will probably be the right answer. Here we go. And one more bus, then I will answer that phone call. Wonder who it is. Okay, line created, buses bought, video ending. Have a nice day. Bye.